Hi everyone, this is Daniela. I decided to start a vlog because this TTC stuff is really fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. My husband and I have been trying to conceive for over a year now, pretty much 15 months, and it's just getting harder and harder emotionally. And I've noticed that after I recently started blogging, because I really didn't feel comfortable initially talking to people about this. None of my friends knew, nobody knew. After a while, I started opening up a little bit about it and to a few people, and it felt better, but nothing like when I started blogging. When I started blogging and being 100% honest about my feelings, since I was just putting it out there and I really didn't expect anybody to read it. It just helped me so much. It made my life so much easier. It changed my mood unbelievably. It changed my view on things because I forced myself to write happier thoughts. I don't want to be Debbie Downer all the time. So it's helped a lot. And since I go to the doctor all the time and I can't blog during the times that I drive, so I decided to start vlogging too. Anyway, so this is my 5th medicated cycle. I've done 1 cycle, 2 cycles on Clomid, 1 cycle on Femara, 1 cycle on gonal-f. And obviously they're all big fat negatives. So I'm going to see, the doctor that I've been seeing told me from the get-go that I should do in vitro. But neither me nor my husband were down with the program. I honestly kind of wanted to do it a few months ago, but he doesn't want to do it at all, so I'm respecting his wishes, and we're trying this a little longer, even though it's a little bit unfair because he doesn't have to do a fucking thing other than just sit there and tell me that, right? Well, I'm here injecting myself with a bunch of shit, going through gnarly emotional roller coasters, and it's no fun. Anyway, so just in case this month doesn't work, I am going to see an IVF specialist to get a second opinion on my first doctor, see what this guy says about it. I'm not going to do IVF right now or next month or anything, but it's a possibility, and I don't want to live in fairy tale land. I want to deal with my problems before they even happen. So this month I chose to do an unmonitored gonal-f cycle for the simple reason that I felt that my doctor was very conservative with the dosage of my medication, which is understandable. I do have a little bit of PCOS. I don't have all the symptoms, but I do have a lot of follicles growing every month on both ovaries, but not like 50, and they're not pearl shaped, and I have no other symptoms at all. So honestly, secretly, I really hope that I have twins. So without my doctor's cooperation, that is not gonna happen unless I'm really fucking lucky, which, knowing my history, I'm not. So I chose, last month he gave me about 50 IUs of gonal from days 3 to 10. Yes, and then days 11, 12, and 13, I took 75 IUs. I only got 1 follicle, and it was about 20 millimeters in size. And then I took the Ovidrol shot, and I ovulated, and I was so certain that I was gonna get a positive. My boobs are hurting. My boobs have never hurt before, whether I was on medication or not. Just never did. And not only that, my best friend found out she was pregnant. We had the same period. We had the same ovulation date. We would have had the same due date. We had the same symptoms. We both have hurting boobs. And once I heard her positive news, she dropped off her second first response pregnancy test. And I was so sure I was gonna get a positive. And then I tested on Friday night, and last Friday night, and it wasn't negative. And I was so disappointed. I cried nonstop Friday and Saturday. I couldn't stop. I cried so much that my husband said if I really wanted to do IVF, we could. That's how much. And yeah. Anyway, so I'm not 100% sure I want to take that step right now, the IVF, but I do want to get information on it, how much it would be, what I go through, how many embryos they would be able to transfer to my tummy. That's very important to me because I would like to do 3, but I'm 31, and according to some bullshit guidelines that exist, they will not do 3. They will do 2 max, possibly just 1, which I would not be happy with. Let me just be clear. So back to this cycle. So I just took my first dosage of gonal-f. Today is day 3, and I took 100. I read on the internet that if you took a high dose in the beginning of a cycle, more follicles will grow. I don't know if it's true. We'll find out. More follicles will grow because like apparently after a few days, like halfway through the follicular phase of your cycle, the FSH decreases, and that's when one of the follicles becomes dominant and just sucks up all that FSH from there on, and all the other ones will die off. I don't want that to happen. I want to have more than one follicle. I want to have at the very least 2. But even if I have like 3 or 4, I think it would be fine. I don't think for all this time trying super hard and nothing happening, I don't think we would ever have like quadruplets or anything. I'd be stoked if I had 4 follicles and we got 1 baby. We'll see. So I went to see this other doctor yesterday, and it was a little bit ghetto, I'm not gonna lie, especially compared to the clinic I'm used to going to, which is super fucking fancy, and they're so nice, but I don't like my doctor. So I went to see this other guy, and it's very ghetto, and he's going, but the good thing is that he believes that the body has its way of working, and he doesn't want to, like the other doctor wants to just shove medication on me, control everything, predict everything, know exactly when ovulation is gonna happen, just give me all this medication. And I'm the type of person that doesn't even take Tylenol unless I've had headaches for 5 days. So I don't like taking medication. I've been taking a lot of meds for this, and I like that this new guy, Dr. McKay, as I like to call him, I like that he is a more naturalistic in that sense. He thinks that we should just twitch a little bit and just let the body do its thing. He talked a lot about relaxation, which I was so surprised. Anybody with infertility knows that every time you talk about this with somebody, the first thing they'll say is, well, if you just relax, it will happen. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Don't you think we have tried that before? Anyway, so believe it or not, this doctor, Dr. McKay, told me that I should just fucking relax. Well, he's not wrong. I do have to relax. I have been very tense and I've been very stressed out over this. So I'm gonna try to relax. I'm gonna keep taking my gonal dosage every month, every day. Next week, I go back. He's going to do 1 scan. Only 1 scan, probably on day 11 or day 12 for me, so I can see at least how big my follicle is, and I'll know how many I have at that point. And then I'll know when to take the trigger shot, and I'm trying to convince the husband on doing a IUI. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. If I have more than 1 follicle, I'm totally gonna push for an IUI because I want to have 2. If I only have 1 and my husband really is against it, I might let it fly because I know that, eventually we're gonna have to do it anyways, and I would rather use those chances that he will say yes on the times that I have more than 1 follicle. So that's it for today. This is my first vlog, so that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.